All right, what's going on, guys? This is Bufflick, and we're here with another episode of Forced to Speak. And today, my guest is Alfie Jukes. Welcome.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Welcome to Prague. You rose to fame throughout the COVID time.
Yes, yeah.
And TikTok played a big part. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, totally. I mean, I had nothing to do pretty much, so I made it my thing to make a video every day and post it on TikTok. I kind of seen how it was working for other people and thought I'd give it a go. Okay. And it didn't work straight away. It was like quite a few months of posting and trying to make it work. And then eventually it did. And then that's kind of how it started and how I found my management and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's played a big part for sure. Totally.
And how did it feel to go from a bedroom artist, kind of just like being there and posting videos, even though they reach out to millions of people, to finally then standing up on the stage in front of the big crowd?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's like seeing numbers on a screen is like totally different to seeing, you kind of see 100 views and that would be disappointing, but 100 faces in a room. Yeah, it's different. Like a whole different thing. And the performing is my favorite part. Being on stage is the best part, I think, about doing this. So it's been a good step up, kind of taking a step out of the bedroom. I still like writing in my bedroom, whatever, but yeah, kind of getting to do stuff like this is pretty mad. So
okay, what was your life like before that? Before starting just performing and touring? You were from Brighton, is that right?
Yes.
So
from Brighton.
How was it over there? What were you up to? Just school and then recording music, or
pretty much yeah, school. I mean, COVID was only a couple of years or a year and a bit after I finished school. So, and before that, I was kind of doing theatre and more acting, and kind of that's what I thought I was going to do for quite a while. So I was kind of trying to pursue that, and was giving that a go. And then COVID happened, and that's where I started writing songs in my room, and realised that was way more fun, in my opinion. So that's kind of what was happening, but yeah, I knew that I wanted to do something musical, but at that point it was theatre. I didn't realise that this is kind of more my thing. And yeah, so that's kind of what I was doing. But yeah, like you said, I wasn't too far off literally leaving school.
Well, what is the tour like?
I mean, this tour is very different to Only the Poets stuff, because on the Only the Poets tour we were in a tour bus, so it's my first experience on a big bus, which is pretty cool. And obviously you sleep during the travel, so you kind of wake up in a new place, which is pretty weird. You just wake up and you're in somewhere new, which kind of cancels out the drive, if that makes sense. It's it kind of feels like you're just time traveling, kind of, which is cool. This is very different because you're sat in a little van for yesterday we drove from Antwerp to Berlin. And it was 11 hours in a van, so it was very different. Just sat on a few hours sleep.
What do you prefer?
I think they both have their pros, because the tour bus, obviously I think you sleep more. It feels maybe more productive because you're in the venue early, and so there's that. But then there is a funny side to this.
It's a family road trip.
It's literally it's just the van hysteria is mad, and you just get you get delirious basically, and everything is funny, and you're sitting in a van for hours with your mates, and it's so yeah, it's really good fun. But it's two different versions. It's I think with the Only the Poet stuff, the tour bus was mad because it was the first time I'd ever kind of seen something like that. So yeah, I really enjoyed both. I am looking forward for this to kind of to step up, and so we don't have to sit in the drives, but this is where it's at the moment, and I'm making the most of it. So so yeah.
And you're enjoying the process, the journey.
Exactly. I love it. Being able to see it kind of grow is really cool. So, yeah.
For sure. What is a day in the life outside of touring when you're back home?
I'm usually writing if I'm back home. Okay. So, I still live down in Brighton, so I'm traveling up to London most days and writing, and which is kind of quite a lot of time on the train, sat on the train. But yeah, writing a lot, making content. Whether it's rehearsing for live stuff, or it's very just music obsessed basically.
Okay.
Or yeah, pretty much, or going to the cinema or something in my spare time. But yeah, that's
this is up. And with the content creation, and you said when you were starting up it wasn't working at first, but then it kind of picked up. How is it now that you almost up there. You're like 800,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah,
and how do you find inspiration, or do you like follow the new trends, or you just keep going with the same stuff that you've been doing for years?
Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff that was working before maybe doesn't work as well now because things are changing all the time. Like when I first started, I was literally just singing covers. So I was like singing covers in my bathroom, and that's how it started kicking off. There's less focus on that now because there's more focus on my music and what I'm doing as an artist rather than a cover singer. There's a little bit of that. I do like a bathroom cover every now and again, but so there's been like a shift to more like my own stuff and me as an artist and more like personality based stuff, which is good fun because it means it changes all the time. And then like you said, like a few following the trends and whatever. But yeah, it's definitely switched it up from where we were in lockdown, which is cool.
Musically, do you have a dream feature that you would ever want to have, or do you have would you want to tour with a certain artist band?
I think I was literally having this conversation the other day. I think my dream support tour would be probably Declan McKenna. Like I'm kind of obsessed at the moment. I just think he's so cool, and I literally bumped into him on a train like a few months ago and really embarrassed myself. So I need to.
What did you do?
I need to redeem myself and support him on tour. I was listening to his song and was walking down the train. And literally, as I was listening to a song, he was just sat there. And in that moment, I don't know why, I just literally looked at him and went, "Love it," and then literally sprinted away, and that was it. But it was just so awkward. It was just such an awkward interaction, and I didn't give him any time to reply or say anything, and he must have just been really weirded out. But he also lives in Brighton, so I think he was also travelling home. Right. But yeah, so it was not a great first. Well, it wasn't too bad. Maybe it's worse in my mind, but so that would be my dream, to support him on tour, and redeem myself from the awkward interaction. That's what I would say.
Okay. Now I also kind of see that you really like rocking your own style. You got the nails painted. The baggy clothes, the dogs. Where do you find inspiration for that? Is it just kind of like you just doing you, or do you have
Yeah, I mean, this is like just there's not much thought into it, to be honest. Like if I don't have my nails painted, it feels weird. Like I didn't have them painted for the first few shows. I just forgot, and I was like, oh my god, I need to paint
naked. Yeah.
Yeah, literally. So I do that, and I usually go for black, but the sun's out now, so I've changed.
You got the summer color.
Like light blue, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I like baggy trousers, DMs. I wear like slightly different stuff on stage, so like some cropped stuff, and I'm just kind of honestly, I'll wear anything. Like I do a lot of vintage shopping and like secondhand stuff. There's lots of that in Brighton, so it's mostly just whatever I come across. Like I bought a skirt the other day, which I'm super excited to wear, which I'll probably wear like for festivals and stuff, which will be great. So yeah, I just love find weird new stuff, basically.
Oh yeah, what's your take on like young and new artists? What let's say there's a guy making indie records, just his guitar a little bit, has let's say 500 listeners on Spotify monthly. Comes to you and is like, "Hey Alfie, I want to make a song with you. I want to collab." How do you react?
I don't know. Depends if their music's good or not.
Okay.
I think, yeah. I mean, if I like someone's music, then I'd always be down. But yeah. I mean, starting up, like I had 500 listeners literally 2 years ago. So like, it's mad how quickly that can like turn around. So, but I'd also probably say to someone, just like keep doing what you're doing, and just every single day, just keep at it and keep practicing. But yeah, I would totally be down to collab if I thought their music was cool. 100%.
Oh yeah, it's just up. And now we already noticed the line outside, and it's like, what time it is right now? It's 4 p.m. What is it like? Yeah, it's what, 3-4 hours until showtime. Yeah. And you already have fans camping out. What was like what was the craziest fan interaction that you've encountered? I think of one.
I think I can't think of anything specific that has happened, but I do think that the how far people travel is pretty crazy. Like I did a hometown show in Brighton like a few weeks ago as part of the UK run, and there were people who had literally travelled from European cities to come to like my hometown show, which was so weird seeing them in the venue that I know, like in Brighton. So stuff like that is like pretty mind blowing, and super grateful that people travel that far to come and see my show. But yeah, I can't think of one like crazy interaction or whatever. But that's
maybe
probably
it's still coming. Maybe
maybe
it might happen tonight.
Maybe, who knows? Yeah, that's so true. But yeah, so just how far people travel is always like pretty mental. So I'd probably say that.
Okay. And like my last question will be, when do you see yourself? Very business oriented. Sounds like question, but like when do you see Alfie in 5 years from now?
Oh, 5 years.
In your career. And we'll play it back. We'll send it to you in 5 years.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I just like still doing this, and like we were saying earlier, I just love seeing the little step-by-step growth. So if in 5 years we've like made progress and we're playing bigger venues and bigger shows and
the tour bus.
We've got the tour bus, more people listen to the music, that's all that matters really. So as long as I'm doing this and still enjoying it, that's like all that matters. But I can't think of anything specifically that I'd want to happen in 5 years. Maybe play like a big stage at a festival. Like the festivals are a dream, so maybe like a little bit higher up the running order in a festival, maybe.
Get the sunset spot.
Yeah, exactly. I watched the Coldplay documentary like the other day, and he says in 4 years he wants to headline Glastonbury, and then literally 4 years and a few days. I'm absolutely not saying that that's going to happen in 5 years, but there's the delusion which I like positively.
You got to manifest.
Exactly, yeah, like positively delusional. That's what I always say. So as long as you believe in yourself and you stay a little bit delusional about where you might be in like a good way, I think that's the key. So yeah, higher up on a festival set and playing bigger shows and a bigger fan base and it's like everything is mind blowing to me. So like playing a show here in a city I've not really been and selling out a room is like already fucking mental. So yeah, it's all the little gains for sure.
All right. Well, thank you so much. This is Alfie Jukes. Absolute legend. What a pleasure.
Happy to meet you, mate. Cheers.
Likewise. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Nice one.
Yes, sir.
Cheers, dude.
Cut. Yep.